welcome to Audrey's Kitchen. Today I'm going to be making chicken pot pie. So this is my own recipe. Pretty much everybody makes it the same. You can give and take different vegetables. You can add your favorite vegetables. So we're going to get started. So in a frying pan, I put 2 tablespoons of butter. And then another 2 tablespoons of oil. I have olive oil. So we're going to heat that up. Okay. That's melting, and to that we want to add, I have a medium onion I chopped up, so we want to start cooking that. I also have about 3 cloves of garlic that I've chopped, and we'll be adding that. Okay, so we're going to let that cook a bit. Okay, so now we got them till they're a little translucent. They're just starting to caramelize a little bit, so we're going to add in the garlic. Let that cook a second. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is making a roux. Now this is just to thicken the sauce up. So I have 2 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of olive oil. So we're going to add 2 tablespoons of flour. Now I would normally add 4 tablespoons of flour, but I'm going to add poultry gravy, 2 tablespoons. If you don't have this, just go ahead and add 4 tablespoons of flour. This adds a great flavor, and it's still thickening it up. Okay, so we're going to cook this a little bit so you don't taste any flour, raw flour anyway. Let me just lower this. I don't want it to burn. Alright. Now I'm going to be adding slowly some chicken broth. And as it thickens, we're going to just add more and more, about a cup. So we're making the gravy for the chicken pot pie right now. A bit more. Okay. Oops. Okay, now we're going to be adding 1 cup of milk. I have almond milk. You can use any type of milk you like. Just give that a nice mix. So you're just going to keep continuing to stir this. Now we're going to be adding about half a teaspoon of salt. This is when we'll add all our spices. About half teaspoon of black pepper. half a teaspoon of paprika. teaspoon of garlic powder. And about a 1/4 teaspoon of thyme. Let's give that a stir. Now this will continue to get thick. So what we're going to do is add our chicken. Now I have 3 big breasts that I had roasted in the oven. It gives it much better flavor if you roast them. You can boil it. So I shredded it up. So we're going to add this to our sauce. Just carefully just mix it up. Okay, now I'm going to add the vegetables, which I have a cup of carrots and a cup of green beans. You can use fresh, frozen, or canned. Let's give that a little mix. This would be easier to do in a pot, but for the video I'm trying to do it in a shallow pan so you can see. So you're just going to mix all that up. Okay, then I'm going to be adding 1 can of peas. Now again, you can use whatever vegetable you want. So we're going to get that all incorporated. Okay, we're going to let that cook for a minute, and then we're going to shut it off. We're going to let it cool down completely. And then we'll get started on making the pie. Okay, so now for the crust, I'm going to be using puff pastry. You can use regular pie crust, but I think puff pastry is fantastic for the chicken pot pie. So what I did with a rolling pin is I've been just slowly stretching it out a little bit just to fit onto the dish I'll be using. Okay, so we'll put that aside. I'll get the pan. Now in this, you can use any pan you like. This is an 11 by 13. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I heavily greased the pan. I'm just going to roll the dough onto my rolling pin and then bring it right to the pan. Okay, now we can just fix it. Sometimes the seam from when you unfold it can come apart. Okay, And we're just looking to cover the bottom. So if it goes up the sides, that's okay. Okay, so we're just covering the bottom. So what I like to do is take a fork and just poke holes so this doesn't puff up when cooking. Okay, now this is ready for the filling. Okay, I let it cook down, cool down a little bit. So now I'll just add this. You can do this in a pie dish. Because this is dinner tonight, I'm making it into casserole size. Okay, just even it out. Okay, now we're going to take the other. Careful it doesn't get too soft. If it does, you could just put it back in the refrigerator or the freezer for a few minutes. Alright, so we're just fix this on top. Just looking to cover it. There's no crimping the seams or anything. Let's just make a few slits so the air vents. Now I have the oven set 375. So we're going to take 1 egg. Beat it. Okay. And then we're going to just brush the top. And then we'll put this in the oven. We'll check it in a half hour, 45 minutes. We want the crust to be nice and golden brown. Because you have to remember, everything is cooked in the middle, so it's just basically the crusts that are cooking. Okay, so we'll put this in the oven and we'll get back in about 45 minutes. And here it is, the chicken pot pie, 45 minutes later, nice golden brown. So I let it cool down for about 10 minutes. I'm going to cut into it to show you how it looks. Again, you can make this in a pie dish. It's whatever you choose. I like it for the convenience of making a big one for the whole family. of it. Let me show you a closer look. And here we are. Nice and flaky. I love the puff pastry. It gives it just a great flavor. The regular pie crust is great too. I think this just adds a little bit more flakiness. So I hope you give this recipe a try. And thank you again for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.